Hello there. Ani, bonjour, kwe, tanzi, scano. It's Catherine and Brian at Moonstarlodge in South Central Ontario. South Central Ontario. And it's been a long day. We are moving through right now into a new moon this week. The video covers the 17th to the 23rd, and the 12th new moon is on the 20th. Now, there's always an issue with this, and I'm going to explain who this grandmother is and wait till the next videos to talk about the new year, the next grandmother. So this grandmother that we're moving into on the 20th is called Gives Praise Woman. So she's the 12th grandmother, and there are 13, but this grandmother ends the year because there is no capacity for a full moon cycle or even part of a cycle until the first new moon in 2026. We'll get to that a little closer to the time. I'm going to give you a way of dealing with both grandmothers. Yeah, we have another super full moon on December 4th. So this new moon on the 20th is a micro new moon, meaning it's a moon in apogee. When the moon is as far away from us in the ellipse of its orbit, and for shamanic practitioners or people doing out-of-body work, this is the time when we do a lot of journeys. These journeys are about, oh, we're almost having a socks attack here on the cards. These journeys allow us to do shamanic stuff, healing stuff, visitation to people. Now, from my point of view, my visits to people aren't always love and light. I have been known to hang out in closets. And moon people, that's another story. Anyway, on the 20th, we have an opportunity to use the energies of apogee that aren't stopping us from journeying to work with Gives Praise Woman. She is the mother of all acts of thanksgiving and the keeper of abundance, the guardian of ceremony and ritual, the keeper of magic, the mother of encouragement and the guardian of celebration, the wisdom keeper of the art of giving and receiving. So she teaches us how to return thanks for the abundance we need before it arrives, making space to receive it. How to celebrate every victory in life with joy, ours as well as the accomplishments of others. How to use right attitudes to create magical changes in the self. How to create abundance through praise, giving, and receiving. She teaches us how to be grateful for the truth. Big shoes, big shoes. All right. So we're using the same decks as last week, although there were more decks chosen that could have been used. So I'm swapping some of those out. The pictures of all the decks pulled always accompany the notice of the video having been posted. So even though you might not have seen some of the actual cards I'm using this week in last week's video, the decks are pictured. And we do have an element of time, a possible time pull this week. I'm not sure. I've asked them to clarify and they haven't, so We'll see if they do. All right, Brian, we can go now to these lovely cards. Ancestors mean skeletons. I've got my lovely skeleton tarot here. Not the marigold. This is my other one. Just a second here. This is a classic Tarochi. Oops. So those are the cards down here. And then we have clarifiers. Some are actual tarot, as always. Some are oracle based. But it's a much looser, higher expression. That full moon we had back on the 7th has really opened things up as we move heading toward the end of Scorpio. So we start with the 10 of coins, 10 of pentacles. Same card existed in last week's reading. So we're still flying high with this acknowledgement and gift of everything. We've got everything we need, and it's always expanding. And it's clarified here by the King of Cups. So this is the sense of the emotionally mature, spreading joy and love and rising up, or raising up, I should say, the lives of people in the extended community, knowing that we have enough in our physical life. Money, material wealth, time, ownership, whatever it is, food. Grateful for the harvest, really. And it's followed by the Ace of Wands. So there's a new spiritual beginning. Because the vibration is so high, we're going to be able to see and receive messages about that. And interestingly enough, it's clarified by the Fool. So this is a karmic journey. Whatever this new spiritual fire in the belly thing is, it's part of our Akashic record journey. And it's followed by taking time for some celebration. This is a beautiful, beautiful 3 of Cups. 3 wide urns filled with roses. We also had this card in last week's video. And the clarifier here from the Memento Mori says, trust your familiar. So in case you can't see it, these are very small cards. It's a skeleton sitting with a cat, hugging it in its lap, and some flowers and a bird. So we are to trust our familiars. Obviously this means that with this darkening of the light, as it were, this time of shadows, our familiars might not be that obvious to us when they're around, but they are. So appreciate and accept them. I feel like there might be, for some of us, since this is a collective reading, some additional familiars showing up, because this is a card of spirit and fire. Anything can manifest. So it's seeing some familiar with new eyes, perhaps. The next card here is the 10 of Wands. It means successfully finishing, completing. Like the 10 of Coins, the work is done, we've got what we need. The work is done, we can let down. It's not a burden, it's this element of perseverance. We've persevered and got things done, and that's wonderful. And so the clarifying cards speak volumes about laying down this old stuff. We've got a new beginning coming. We've got to let down and acknowledge, be grateful for what we've received from that journey. Sometimes we get into ruts and we're just doing the same thing for so long we forget that things end and it's time to put stuff down, pat ourselves on the back, and jump into the new. Is hovering here. So the 2 cards are 2 Lenormand, and this is the Moon card, the mysteries, the intuition, the messages from Spirit, the guidance and the protection of the moon. And this card here is medals. So it's an achievement, it's a success, and it's publicly acknowledged. It's a great achievement that should never be forgotten by us as individuals. This is not a bigger picture thing that we are participating with others. This is personal. This is there's only one set of medals and they're going on our chests. And this is from Spirit, acknowledging that we finished this good job. Well done. And we have the moon here. So it can be intuition, it can be things of the night, visitation in the night. Now that the daylight hours are less than, or getting to be less than the dark hours, or the amount of hours we have in the dark. So I feel a protection here. The moon is always very protective. When we have the chance where we're seeing her more than we're actually seeing the sun in the course of a day. And, oh yeah, okay, cool. I just noticed this card says protection. So clearly that's her job. And we can see the moon as illusion sometimes, or something not very good. But the intuition it brings us, and the communing with the cycles. The moon predicates the cycles. We started out this video talking about the cycles of the moon. So the thing that she's looking toward here is the Four of Wands, which is success. So I suspect this is a short-term completion of success, but I will ask the Grand Poobah, Wizard of the Wands here. Is this a short-term success?
Yes.
Yeah, so we will see the fruits of our labors very quickly. The card that clarifies it is the Lovers. The Lovers as a major arcana card, not the Two of Cups. So the Lovers is choice, making choices. It is the completion of self with the yin and yang. It can be a partner external to us, but it's about making the right choices that make us fall in love with the life that we're choosing. I couldn't have said that better myself. And finally, the World, card number 21. Speaking of completions, this is the completion of a cycle, a karmic cycle. It's also coming to us at the completion of the year. So this is very powerful stuff, very powerful stuff. And we have the Emperor clarifying the world. So we create our world. We own our choices, what we bring into our life, what we accept. It's being supported by Spirit, no question. I'm just double checking the date that we move into Sag, November 22nd. So we move into Sagittarius by the end of this week's reading. Just on the cusp of and just the first day of Sag. So we're moving out of the renderings of the killing off of things, and I mean that loosely. The endings that need to end for 2025, followed by things starting to show inklings of beginnings for 2026. None of this is by the calendar. Time means nothing in the spirit world. You can, and it's our rules actually, this card. We have the rules and the rights in our own kingdom to create this, the end, the world. All right, this is a pistol packing week. We thank you for being with us, supporting us with the coffees, the coffee platform, the emails, the comments, the donations toward the cause. We keep clapping together and fixing our equipment all the time. So anyway, miigwech, yawen, have a safe week. Aho.